Hello everyone, welcome you all to the virtual school. First of all, I would like to tell you if you are new to my lectures, kindly like, share and subscribe the content and also the channel. It really motivates me and to put up more good stuff. Please, you need to do that for that much. Okay, so now let's get straight to the dictionaries part because we left our discussion earlier on the strings and lists, and in this section, this would probably be the last theoretical lecture for the chapter 1. So we will be discussing the dictionaries and the tuples. These are the last topic. Okay, now if you have gone through my lecture, the earlier lecture, the strings and the lists are basically a data type that is used in Python to store certain amount of data. Okay, the strings stores a sequence of characters, the list stores a sequence of values. Okay, and both of them are indexed. Okay, but when you come on the dictionaries, okay, these are basically the key value pair. Now dictionaries are very powerful data structure. Why? Because dictionaries are not needed to be indexed first of all. Okay, here the index is actually a key. Okay, that is, you give a key and you give a value related to the dictionary. Okay, later on I would be doing a program and I would be doing it actually on, I will be running it on an IDLE and would be showing you the output of the running program. There you will be seeing the power of a dictionary, because dictionaries are able to store much amount of data, a greater amount of data. It gives the user the ease to put user defined keys and assign the user defined values to it, and because of which the accessing of a data becomes very quick. Like for example, if I take if you take a list, okay, and you keep on appending values like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, or let's take a more relevant value. Suppose you are putting up the phone numbers of 100 people. Okay, you have a company and you have 100 employees and you are putting up 100 phone numbers within our list. Okay, so all of them would be indexed, isn't it? Like 0 1 2 3 would be the index of the phone numbers. Of course you can access all the phone numbers one by one. Now suppose if I say like if I give you a value, if I give you suppose a name of an employee, suppose Ram, and if I ask you to extract his phone number, okay, then using a list that won't be possible, because first you need to get at what indexed the phone number of the Ram was saved, and after which you can grab that index and get the value, isn't it? Or if I give you the number, okay, then you have to loop through entire list just to get the index of that particular number, isn't it? Now when we come to a dictionary, okay, what you can simply do is you can make the name as the key and the phone number as the value assigned to that key. Okay, now whenever I ask you to give me the number of a XYZ employee, what you do is you just take that key, pass it into the dictionary and get the value straight away. Okay, so you see the accessing of the element becomes so much easy. Okay, there is no indexing within a list. Okay, there is no there is no foundation as to how much data you can store. Of course the memory limit must not be reached, but that's also a lot amount of data. Okay, now now let's see the definition. Okay, the dictionaries is just like a list but more in general. Why? Because this more user friendly or more generic in sense. Okay, in a list the index value is an integer, while in dictionary the index value can be any other data type. Okay, it's not necessarily to be an integer. Okay, now these dictionaries are extremely useful data storage construct. Okay, for storing and retrieving all types of key value pairs. Okay, where each element is accessed by a unique key. Okay, now what are these key value pair? Like let's just take an example of and one thing more to note down: the dictionaries are created using curly brackets. Okay, so the strings are denoted by the single quotes or the double quotes or the triple quotes. Okay, the lists are denoted by the square brackets, the dictionaries are denoted by the curly brackets, and later on we will be discussing the tuples, which would be denoted by the circular brackets. Okay, so just get that clear and note it down. Okay, So let us just take an example. Like suppose here we have a dictionary. Okay, we have defined an empty dictionary month and we print, so it's an empty dictionary, basically two curly brackets. Okay, now the month 1, we have taken a key 1, okay, and we have assigned January to it. Okay, then we take a key 2 and we assign February to it. Okay, then we print the dictionary. Now you can see this is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value, isn't it? Okay, now you can simply get the length of the dictionary, that is 2. You can get, like, see here is where the accessing part gets, and here it gets, better. Okay, like if we access 1, okay, it straight away gives me the January. I don't have to loop through it, I don't have to find it or match it. It simply provide the key and you can get the value. Okay, you can get the keys just by a simple command like month.keys, and you can get all the keys. Okay, you can check whether a dictionary has a key or not. Okay, similarly other operations can be performed. Okay, so I want you all, because I have also put an installation video, so I want you all to install the Python in your own system. If you have Windows, I have put it for the Windows. If you need it for the Linux also, or the Mac, kindly let me know in the comment section. I will make a tutorial video to install for installing the Python. Okay, it would be really helpful. I will be doing it on my system. Okay, and after that I would be wanting you all to open the IDLE and just run these commands as it is to check. Okay, by the way, CMP or the compare operator is no more accessible in the Python 3x. Okay, it was accessible in 2.7. so if you put the CMP and if you pass the month and the M, it would give an error because it's no more available. But don't worry, later on the exercises I will provide you the actual definition of the CMP and how it is actually written. It's because the definition was so generic that the use of CMP was of no significance. Okay, so it was removed in the later parts of the updated parts of the Python. Okay, so that's all about the dictionaries. Okay, now uh, now coming over to the next topic, that is the tuples. Okay, now the tuples, now the first thing I want you all to note down is the tuples are immutable. Okay, the strings are immutable, lists are mutable, tuples are immutable, and of course the dictionaries are mutable. Why? Because you can assign or reassign any value to any key. Okay, so tuples are immutable. These are indexed and the sequence value. Okay, tuples are just like list because it's very similar. Okay, but we can't change the value of the tuples. Okay, so in the lists are mutable, but the tuples are not mutable. Okay, just get that straight away. Okay, and the index value of a tuple starts from 0. Okay, now here we have defined a tuple 10, 20, 30, 40, and you can see the circular brackets, and that's what the tuple is. Okay, now if you want to change this tuple, and if you want to suppose if you want to put 30 in place of 20, you can't do so. You need to define another tuple, and then you need to put those values. Okay, because you can't change a tuple, they are immutable. Okay, now you can get these slices like you used to get these slices for the list. Similarly, for the tuples you can do so. Okay, you can get a slice of a tuple. Like for example, if we take the same tuple and we take the slice 2:4, so it will give us 30 and 40. Why? Because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so fourth is not to be taken. It will start from the second position, that is 30, and it will stop at 40. So 30 and 40 would be printed. Okay, so and similarly other operations can be performed, like we can compare. CMP, as I've told you, is no more available. The len, the max, min, and the tuple part. Okay, so this is what concludes our chapter 1. Okay, you can just go through the revision and everything else. Now from the next lecture I would be solving each and every exercise on proper IDLE. I would be using PyCharm, which is a very famous IDLE used for Python. Okay, and we will just go through all the questions one by one, and you would be seeing the solutions. And here I would be talking about various stuff like looping statements, selective statements, the condition statements, tuples, lists, and whatnot. Okay, all the questions are covered. Let's meet in the next lecture. Thank you. If you liked our content, kindly like, share and subscribe us so that we get motivated and we can provide you more informative videos on the same subject.